Over the last year, getting to work with Gail. An idea that came up really early on in the process, actually, was the idea of introducing poetry into the interpretation of Gail's work. And we met here in early October. Gail was not present by design. We really wanted the poets to have time alone to respond to her paintings, but her paintings were on site, and so that was very special. We got to view her works in advance of their hanging on the wall. Thank you to all of the poets for leaning into this process and trusting yourselves to explore your own interpretations of these paintings. Really excited to hear your voices live tonight.
The poems are stunning and brought tears to my eyes. As some of you have already said to me, oh my God, I'm tearing up when I read this. So at this point, thank you everyone for being here, for making the trip in the rain, and I think it's time to have David Cruz, who's going to read the first poem. He wrote his poem for this painting here called Door Open.
Door open, space on. If I believed in words, there would be no need for this. Yellow chrysalis of light, of hurt I carry. The sky so blue, which means the day was. Bleeding palette itself as mural. Will the night ever feel this close? Civilizations end with this kind of certainty. I don't want to go back. If I surrender myself enough to wander, unlearn the language of my body, will I remain tethered to this earth, torn, raptured? And who will speak of love, dare it mentioned? I will remember the street wet with rain. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go around, and Charlie.
Beneath life's messy surface, the real awaits to be uncovered. Dig in, don't hesitate. Inaction is not an option. To err is to progress. No matter how you play it, the game remains the same. Dazed lovers staring at the ceiling. I found a touching reality. What do they know, those dazed lovers? A painting says nothing but where you are. Distant thunder promises clear skies. A reminder, no storm lasts forever. Thank you.
Okay, and this is Berta, who's going to read her poem, and the title of the poem, of the painting, is She Sat on His Shoulders in the Sun.
Plant dreaming deep, with fire in the belly, a stream of consciousness trickles through cracks and crevices, gaining a foothold on the stirrings bubbling up from the depths. At the very core of movement, a gentle and steadfast gravitation, meeting and testing the surface tension, cleaving, imploding, blazing, at last the reward of a brilliant dawn.
You did a great job. You're welcome. This next woman is Michelle Wiegers. Okay, Michelle Wiegers. And the painting is called Her Sweater.
Her many losses. Grief still splinters in her body, hangs heavy in her mind as she remembers the spasms that pierced through her pelvis, blood pooling onto the bathroom floor, painting her body's unexpected betrayal. She cradled her lifeless child in her hands as she sat alone in the shock and loss shattering through her. She still holds her secret anguish and the tiny rose-gray mitten she carries like a rosary, her fingers rubbing over each knit row, counting the stitches like prayers never answered, all the memories she imagined having but never made.
Thank you. And thank you for being so articulate about the importance of emotions. And this whole body of work, including the poems, is about an emotional experience. Could be mine, but it could be anyone else's in here. So thank you.
Fireflies. We want to be gods, but we are only boys. With our mason jars, we run outside to capture fireflies. The holes in the lids mean they can live until Saturday. We will let them go in the dark theater. If we can make stars, we can be gods. But we are only boys and can't wait. We smear fireflies on our arms and legs and wheel in the night. We want to shine. We want to be gods.
Beautiful, a beautiful poem, and I Childhood by James Cruz. My mother slumps over the kitchen table, head in her hands, wiping at her eyes. She does not know I've been watching her from the other room, memorizing the scene. We had been slicing apples and bananas for the fruit salad we always make when she lost the thread. Her life suddenly a puzzle with too many pieces missing. I wanted to go to her to fit it all together, but her pain remains private, a locked room no one else can enter. Though sometimes witnessing another's grief can be enough. You take it into your own body like the bone relic of a saint, not worshiping it exactly, just honoring its presence, naked and bright at the center of your life.
I'm in tears, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Very powerful. Robbi Hartt is also wrote a poem and is also going to read her poem about surrender. Her voice in the wind chime. Her strands embroider my earliest memories, tenderer of earth's trillium beauty and the world's hidden kindness. Her words, my life song. I did not see death's dense forest gather, 3 tumors to stones too heavy to bear, one for pain, one for worry, another for sorrow. She shielded them from me, yielding to their form until it became her own. In the distance, she saw the pale promise of peace, release flowing gently as water or air, and surrendered, letting go her life's devotions. Her last breath drifted off with the 2 a.m. train. And now I am reaching her sleep, the first hint of my own awakening, alone in my life in a new way. Her wisdom, her compassion, my daily compass, her voice in the wind chime, touch in each flower. Longing for her watchful eye and listening ear, I kneel in the garden, place my heart in her nurturing soil, and surrender
to the giving and taking of all that we are, our love, our light.
Thank you for sharing the poems. All of the poets, you're amazing.